Holy crap!
Dude, how scary is that shit? Oh my.
Oh, you got it.
From a family catching a ghost in their house to a man finding a demon stalking him, here are scary videos which have left the internet disturbed recently. It was December 7th, 2025, when a father named Steven noticed something weird while watching the security footage of his daughter's bedroom. This is what he saw.
Oh, you got it.
At first, the video appeared quite normal. The kid was seen playing. However, just a second into the video, we see exactly what concerned Steven so much. The slats from the window open for a split second before closing back. It was for a very short while, but the camera was able to capture everything. There were no fingers, nothing visible, and it is very odd for a single pane of a window to behave like this. But little did people on the internet know, this was just the start of Steven's terrifying story. According to Steven, the room was on the second floor, and a person doing something like this would have to drag a ladder to get all the way up there. Additionally, his windows only opened from the sides, yet the blinds were moved from the middle. It was almost impossible for a person to do that. From there, Steven started showing people exactly what his family was going through. Just 3 days later, Steven uploaded this video.
Oh, you got it.
There are no fingers. There are no fingers.
Moving in a shaky way, the door swings open and stops on its own before it quickly slams shut. Right before the door closes, though, the lights in the room turn off. What is truly creepy about this part is that we do not just hear the sound of the power cutting out, we actually watch it happen. Seeing the light switch flip down right as the door shuts is what makes Steven believe this was not just a simple breeze or an accident. If there was no person standing by the wall to hit that switch, then what was it? After seeing this footage, it is easy to understand why Steven feels uncomfortable being by himself in the house. But this was not the only video that made people believe something strange was happening inside his room. In another video taken in the same room, Steven noticed something. This time again, it was the same movement, the same way the window slides open without any hand or fingers visible at all. This time, Steven decided to get a ladder himself and check what was happening. However, while doing that, something weird happened. Strange orbs were seen on the camera throughout the time Steven was on the ladder checking around. For now, this is the last video uploaded on Steven's TikTok. According to him, his whole family is scared of that room, and his daughter has recently been refusing to even enter it. This is a clear sign that something sinister is happening inside. For the most part, this remains a mystery. However, the behavior of the entity in that house reminds me of a legend, the black-eyed children. First appearing in internet lore in the late 1990s, the legend of the black-eyed children, or BEKs, usually follows a terrifyingly similar pattern. Children between the ages of 6 and 16 appear at a person's doorstep or window. They have pale skin and solid black eyes, and they insist with an eerie, monotone voice on being let in. Now, look back at Steven's first video. The most chilling detail isn't just that the window opens, but that it's on the second floor. In many reported BEK encounters, witnesses describe these entities appearing in places that should be physically impossible to reach. There are numerous accounts in urban legend forums where people claim to have seen a child's face peering through a high-story window, standing on thin air. Steven's footage of the window slats moving from the middle without hands matches the telekinetic behavior often attributed to these entities. Legends say they don't move objects like humans do. They manipulate the environment to get your attention. They want you to look. They want you to acknowledge them. Then there's the light switch. In the legend of the black-eyed children, these entities are said to be unable to enter a home without an invitation. By flipping switches and slamming doors, are they trying to provoke Steven into finally opening that window? The orbs seen while Steven was on the ladder add another layer. In paranormal research, these are often called vibrational signatures, energy used by interdimensional beings to manifest in our world. Perhaps the most telling sign is his daughter's fear. In almost every BEK report, children are the first to sense the wrongness of these visitors. If the folklore is true, she isn't just scared of the dark, she's reacting to a presence that warns us never to let it inside. For now, the house is quiet, but it leaves us wondering if it's not a ghost, what exactly is waiting on the other side of that glass? Joey is a struggling musician who lives in California with his wife and child. For the most part, they live a happy life. However, in November 2025, Joey's life took a terrifying turn. Joey has always felt that his neighbor, an old woman, has been stalking him and his family for some time. On this particular day, he tried to catch it on camera.
God, dude. What the She's crawling through all this shit.
Hidden completely behind the bushes at first, the person, or whatever creature it was, wasn't visible. However, as Joey kept recording, the head moved, and that is when it became clear that someone indeed was watching him. Whether it was just a nosy neighbor or a far more sinister story is a question that arose as Joey uploaded the video to TikTok. People screenshotted and zoomed in, and what they saw wasn't good. The woman's face was pale. Some even called her corpse-colored. The movement was weird. Not even a leaf moved. She just disappeared. Then, the same day, Joey uploaded an image where what looks like an arm can be seen resting on a branch where the old lady was spotted. Now, some say a face can also be seen here, but personally, I don't really see anything else. He has already called the police to remove this person from his property, as he believes it could have been an elderly person who was lost and confused. But when the police came, they couldn't find anyone, let alone any traces of a person hiding. With this, people went crazy, many even claiming, hey, so that legitimately looks like the creeper. Jeepers creepers, especially when it bared its teeth at you. That's not something physical / of density. The glitch in the video where she was ducked down was my first indicator. So I saved it and watched it frame by frame. 100% that thing becomes transparent when it moves. It's not looking for a way onto your property, love bug. It was waiting for an invitation or open window of vulnerability. Your home was protected. Has it stopped coming around your property? Joey has stopped uploading since then, other than a post stating his account was hacked. But I did my own research, and with this being in a remote area of California, the only cryptid it points toward is the hide behind. Originally whispered about by loggers in the early 20th century, the hide behind is a nocturnal humanoid cryptid known for its predatory stalking behavior. As the name suggests, its primary ability is that it can hide behind virtually anything, trees, bushes, or even thin poles, by moving with such unnatural speed and agility that it stays perfectly out of the human line of sight. This would explain why Joey saw a head move but found no traces or footprints when the police arrived. In folklore, the hide behind is often described as having a pale, slender body, and witnesses often report a glitch-like transparency when it moves, matching exactly what people noticed in Joey's frames. If that pale arm on the branch belonged to a hide behind, Joey wasn't just being watched by a nosy neighbor, he was being hunted by a legend that has been hiding in the California woods for over 100 years. In March of 2023, a video of a home being renovated was posted on the internet after a scary event frightened the man who filmed it. This man goes by the name Deaf Paddler. As you can tell from that name, he has been deaf since he was born. Even though he cannot hear anything, he is a very hard worker. If you check his social media pages, you will see many videos of him building a boat by hand or doing heavy labor on big construction sites. However, if you scroll through his posts, you will come across one video that is not like the others. On March 10th, 2023, Deaf Paddler posted a clip about a house he was fixing up. Even though he does not speak in the video, his face shows that he is very scared. Deaf Paddler continues to walk through the home, but the situation becomes very creepy while he is filming. This is the moment he captured. While he is recording down in the basement, a chair suddenly glides across the floor. It does not just move randomly. Instead, it slides straight toward Deaf Paddler, who quickly runs away in total fear. It looks almost like someone is pushing a seat out for him to sit down, but the fast and aggressive way the chair moves toward him tells a much darker story. It feels like he was not wanted inside that room. Since this house was built back in 1949, it is easy to see why Deaf Paddler is sure that something from the spirit world happened there. This aggressive movement is a textbook example of poltergeist activity. In paranormal research, major renovations like the ones Deaf Paddler was performing are often seen as a trigger. The theory is that altering an old structure's foundation can disturb residual energy or entities attached to the property since its construction. Since he was born deaf, he couldn't hear the warnings a ghost might typically give, the creak of a floorboard or a faint whisper in the dark. He had to rely entirely on his eyes. But whether this was a 70-year-old residual memory or a territorial entity, the message was loud and clear. He was not welcome in that basement. This next story is about a man named Marty. He is a fitness fan who began sharing his health journey online back in 2021. Most of his videos show him working out at the gym, and after a year of hard work, he was looking much stronger. However, sadness hit the family when Marty's grandmother passed away. Not long after that, in December 2024, Marty and his family moved into a new home. Marty wanted to make the house look better, so he started fixing the living room right away. He even built a wooden gym in the backyard and added a new section to the back of the house so his family would have more space. But there is one thing I have learned about ghosts. If a house is already haunted and you start breaking down walls or fixing things, the spirits usually do not like the change. It seems all the loud construction work woke something up in Marty's home, and that is when the scary events began. Take a look.
Oscar? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Marty says things like this had happened before, but this was the first time he caught it on video. While he was filming a tour of his home, the door slammed shut behind him and a ball came rolling across the floor toward him. Marty was terrified and the video stopped right there, but just a few days later, he caught something else on his camera. This is what he recorded. Over the next few months, the haunting got even worse. It started with scratching sounds and doors banging during the day, but soon the noises happened at night, along with the sound of someone running through the house. I don't think a sweet old grandmother would act this way in the afterlife, so it must be something else entirely. Marty is a good father, and I do not believe he or his wife would scare their children just to get more views on the internet. For example, in one video, Marty had just finished a live stream when loud music suddenly started playing in his daughter's room while she was fast asleep. He had to run upstairs to turn it off himself. Then, on the night of September 24th, Marty was filming another live video when the people watching started shouting in the comments. They saw something dark moving in the background. His viewers confirmed they saw a tall figure with their own eyes, which proves Marty was telling the truth. This tall, dark shape is what people call a shadow person. Experts who study ghosts say these are not the spirits of people who have died. Instead, they are strange beings from another world that are drawn to houses where big changes, like construction or renovations, are taking place. This explains why the activity spiked when Marty began his renovations. Folklore suggests that shadow men are often watchers, entities that remain dormant until a house is disturbed. By modernizing the home, Marty may have unintentionally invited this figure out of the darkness. Whether it's a guardian of the old property or something more sinister, the shadow man in Marty's doorway seems to be making one thing clear: he was there long before the renovations started. Back in 2023, a couple of backpackers were strolling through the Appalachian Mountains looking for a place to camp when one of them heard something strange. Not knowing what it was, they took their torches and cameras out and pointed them toward the sound. That is when they recorded this.
You think that was a coyote? What do you think that was? What was it? Do you see it where? Holy crap!
For a couple of seconds, they kept recording, not believing their eyes. But soon, the creature seemed to notice them, and that is where the video ended. If we look at the creature closely, it did not look like the animals we usually see in these mountains. It looked more like a pale, very thin human shape. This led many people online to say it was the famous Wendigo. However, if we look at the facts, the modern version of the Wendigo with a deer head is just something made up by movies. In the original old stories, the Wendigo is not an animal. Instead, it is described as a spirit of endless greed that wants to eat humans. What these hikers likely caught on camera, if it is not a fake, looks more like the feral human stories often told in these woods. This area is famous for having many deep hidden caves. This leads to ideas that groups of wild people or unknown creatures could be living deep under the mountains. If we look at it like a survival expert, the loud scream heard by the hikers sounds like a female red fox or a mountain lion. Both of those animals can sound exactly like a human screaming. But as the camera moves and shows a body that does not match any local animal, it forces us to ask, is it just a normal animal seen in a weird way? Or did these hikers find a real monster that has been hiding in the bushes for hundreds of years?
From creepy women in trees to an unknown substance that infects towns
Yeah, it's just kind of gooey and stretchy. It looks kind of like tar.
and Bigfoot sightings that shocked everyone. These are a few of the things we will look at, so stick to the end.
Where are you at?
Imagine venturing into the depths of a forest at night, the darkness enveloping everything, and then encountering a sight that sends shivers down your spine. This video, although blurry, captures such a chilling moment. Given its size and the setting, speculation runs wild. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot, often rumored to roam secluded forests? Or might it be a bear, its stature and eyes visible, just enough to be caught on camera? Alternatively, the skeptical mind might wonder if this is a clever hoax, designed to stir up fear or excitement. The ambiguity of the footage, combined with the eerie setting, fuels the mystery. The creature remains unidentified, its intentions unclear, and its reality uncertain. If I was the man filming this video, I would have ran away as fast as possible, as the possibility of me being so close to such a creature during the night into the forest terrifies me. A chilling scenario, set deep within the woods at night, was captured in this unnerving video.
Hey!
High up in one of the towering trees, an unexpected and horrifying sight unfolds. There, amidst the dark silhouettes of the branches, is a girl. But this is no ordinary scene of a child climbing a tree. It's something far more unsettling. The girl is screaming, her cries alarming all the residents, and her movements are erratic, almost as if she's thrashing or bouncing against her will. The scene gives off an intense feeling that she might be possessed, exhibiting behavior that's typically associated with horror tales of individuals overtaken by forces beyond their control. The entire spectacle is deeply unsettling, transforming the natural setting of the woods into a backdrop for a terrifying encounter. The video leaves me with a lingering sense of dread. and the uneasy question, what could have caused such a disturbing display? There is a substance straight out of a horror movie that no one has been able to explain, even to this day.
Yeah, it's just kind of gooey and stretchy. It looks kind of like tar.
This is what many beachgoers have noticed at South Carl's.
We're exploring a series of images and clips reporting on peculiar black sticky blobs appearing along the beach. These strange substances spark a wave of curiosity and intrigue, looking so out of this world that people can't help but wonder if they've stumbled upon something alien. The first accounts of this substance dates back to 1986 in Caracas, Venezuela, but it has been appearing every now and then, and there are cases of death from this unknown substance. The blobs are unusual and captivating, creating a buzz among locals and visitors alike. They're gooey and dark, contrasting starkly with the usual beach scenery, leading to all sorts of wild guesses about their origin. Could they be some bizarre form of sea life, pollution, or even evidence of extraterrestrial life? Despite almost 2 decades of study and millions of dollars spent identifying it, the cause of the substance has proven difficult, and there are still no definitive explanations as to how it appeared. I find this video very interesting, as I have never heard of this phenomenon, and it created a mystery yet to be solved. Embark on a mysterious journey into the forest at night, where the video at hand captures something truly unusual. High up in the branches of one of the trees, there's movement that catches the eye. A black, hairy figure skillfully navigating through the limbs. The creature's presence is initially obscured by the dense foliage, but as the video continues, we get a clearer view. What emerges from behind the leaves is astonishing. The creature bears a striking resemblance to what many would identify as Bigfoot, a legendary being that's been the subject of folklore and countless eyewitness accounts. Whether this is a genuine sighting of the elusive Bigfoot or just a trick of the light and shadow in the forest remains open to interpretation. Yet, the video undoubtedly offers a fascinating and unsettling encounter with something extraordinary in the still of the night. I incline to think that this video is real, and the face of the creature, with that creepy smile, gives me shivers down the spine. We're introduced to a girl, seemingly engrossed in making a video, completely oblivious to the eerie occurrence unfolding behind her. As the camera rolls, an unusual and chilling spectacle emerges from behind the wall, just over the girl's shoulder. It's a translucent figure, but its presence is subtle, not drawing any immediate attention from the girl, which adds an even more sinister layer to the unfolding scene. Unexpectedly, the creature retracts, stopping short of actual touch. This moment of near interaction frightened me. Who knows what this creature might have done? It's as if I'm watching a scene from a horror movie, where the boundary between the ordinary and the paranormal is blurred, leaving me on edge and questioning what might happen next. I recently visited Lake Como, one of the deepest lakes in Europe, and I want to share with you some strange things. The lake is known to have all sort of things at its bottom. As you can see in this clip, it is a graveyard for cars, tanks, warplanes, and all sort of things. But the lake is famous for something else, something creepier. It is said that somewhere at its bottom lies a monster called Loriosauro, similar to the one we all know at Loch Ness. The earliest sighting dates to 1946. Eyewitnesses allegedly reported seeing a reptile-like animal swimming in the waters of the lake. It is said to not be aggressive unless disturbed. However, folklore says otherwise, with some encounters being deadly. There are even earlier reports of its existence, dating as old as several hundred years, with old pictures immortalizing these claims. So if you want to visit Italy, I suggest you take a trip to this ancient lake as well. But be careful if you think of diving in the water. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. In this video, we're introduced to an extraordinary and somewhat unsettling creature that defies the usual expectations of wildlife.
شكله أبد مناخ الربع. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. شوف راسه شوف كبره.
At first glance, the creature's head resembles that of a dog, equipped with notably sharp teeth, suggesting a fierce nature. However, as the camera continues to record, it reveals that the rest of the creature is far from what one might anticipate following the canine-like head. Instead of a dog's body, the creature boasts a form that eerily mirrors a human's, complete with a humanoid torso and an enlarged belly, which adds an unusual dimension to its appearance. The limbs are present, yet they deviate from the norm. The arms are devoid of hands, and the legs, although shorter, end in feet that bear a resemblance to human feet in their shape. The creature's skin is a distinct gray, enhancing its otherworldly look. Even more intriguing is the fact that, despite appearing unconscious, there are visible signs of breathing, making me anxious thinking about the possibility that it could wake up at any time and harm the person filming. I have no idea what this creature could be, but if you know, let us know in the comments. Imagine witnessing a scene that defies everything you know about fire and water. As the video plays, we see an individual attempting to extinguish this unusual fire with more water, intuitively thinking it will douse the flames. However, the fire only grows more intense with each attempt. This unexpected turn of events adds to the intrigue, leaving viewers puzzled and in awe. The spectacle of fire burning on water is a fascinating study in contrasts. Typically, water is the go-to extinguisher for flames, but here it seems to feed the fire instead of fighting it. This scenario might involve flammable substances floating on the water or underground gases feeding the flames from below, turning a simple act of nature into a captivating display of its complexity and mystery. I find this phenomenon extraordinary, giving life to the metaphor. Embark on a spine-tingling journey through a scene that might just challenge your beliefs in the ordinary. Out of nowhere, an eerie incident occurs. The woman's hair appears to be mysteriously pulled backward. Yet there's no one else in sight. No visible presence, no hands reaching out, nothing that could logically explain her hair's sudden movement. The room is still. The dog beside her remains undisturbed, oblivious to the strange event. This peculiar moment naturally stirs thoughts of the supernatural. Could this be the work of an unseen entity, a ghostly presence making itself known in the most unsettling way? The lack of any visible cause for the hair pulling intensifies the mystery, wrapping the scene in a cloak of the paranormal. Poor woman. If I were her, I would call a priest as soon as possible. Step into a moment of intrigue right at the entrance of a garage, where this video captures a peculiar and fascinating creature. Initially, it might seem like we're looking at a small black frog, a common enough sight in some areas. However, as the camera zooms in and we get a closer look, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary frog. The creature's head is elongated, straying from the typical round shape we associate with frogs. Even more intriguing is the absence of visible features we'd expect to see, like eyes or a mouth. This lack of identifiable characteristics adds a layer of mystery to the creature, sparking curiosity about its true nature. The video leaves me pondering several questions. Is this an unusual species of amphibian, perhaps a rare or less known variety? Could it be a creature in a transitional stage of its life? Or maybe it's something entirely different, defying our expectations of familiar wildlife. Imagine stepping into a farm field, the camera rolling, capturing the rustic charm of the countryside. Suddenly, the video zeroes in on an intriguing sight, a skunk cabbage, freshly uprooted, lying in the open field.
This is a skunk cabbage that grows down along.
This isn't just any ordinary glimpse of flora. What stands out is the extraordinary appearance of the plant, particularly its root system. As the camera focuses, the skunk cabbage reveals its otherworldly beauty. The roots are dense, intricate, and spread out in a complex network that captivates the viewer's attention. They exhibit an almost alien quality, as if this plant could belong to a landscape far removed from our earthly familiarities. The sheer uniqueness of the skunk cabbage, especially in its uprooted state, turns this simple video into a fascinating visual exploration. I am not familiar with this plant, and seeing it for the first time in this video made me think of an alien plant at first. In this intriguing image from the Pirin Mountains of southwestern Bulgaria, we're presented with a captivating mystery embedded in stone. The photograph shows a man's foot placed beside a remarkable impression on a rock. A colossal footprint that seems to echo the shape of a human foot, but is magnified to an astonishing scale, at least 8 times larger. The footprint's most striking feature is its toes, which bear a striking resemblance to those of a human, suggesting familiarity, yet paired with the unknown. The rest of the footprint, however, veers into the realm of the mysterious, with proportions and contours that don't quite match our expectations of a human foot, hinting at a creature of extraordinary size and perhaps unknown origins. The mind races with possibilities. Could this be evidence of giants, as suggested by myths and legends that span cultures and eras, creatures of immense stature whose existence has faded into folklore? Or might this imprint hint at the existence of Bigfoot, the elusive creature reported in various sightings throughout the world, yet remaining shrouded in skepticism and mystery? This image left me with more questions than answers, and I am very curious of knowing what could have left such a mark, and if the creature still exists. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you, and if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Imagine encountering a creature so unusual it seems to challenge the laws of nature itself. This tiny reptile, with its pair of heads atop a single body, appears as if plucked from a realm of fantasy or a mythical story. This rare condition, known as bicephaly, is a form of conjoined twinning, but is exceptionally uncommon in reptiles. The two heads sharing one body might make you think of mythical creatures or beings from a realm of fantasy. Yet here it is, a living turtle that defies common natural expectations. It is fascinating how these animals with bicephaly can live without problems. They give us a rare glimpse of nature's diversity. Step into a scene that blurs the line between the familiar and the utterly mysterious. This video, captured on a Texas beach, presents us with a creature that defies easy categorization.
Imagine being on Bolivar Beach and this turns up. KH11 viewer Patricia shared.
It kind of looks like an anemone you'd find in the ocean, with lots of tentacles that are soft and jelly-like. But here's where it gets super weird. The creature's mouth. It's big and looks super scary. Kind of like the mouth of a sea lamprey, but even larger. This isn't something you'd want to bump into while swimming. The creature's color is another strange thing. It's gray, which isn't what you'd expect for something like an anemone. This unusual color makes it look even more out of the ordinary. So what is this thing? Is it just a strange kind of anemone? Or is it something we've never seen before? The video leaves me guessing, showing me just how many weird and wonderful things there might be out there that we still don't know about. Embark on an up-close exploration of one of nature's more ethereal creations, captured in this video where a man holds a fascinating creature in his hand. The fish's mouth is notably sharp and pointed, resembling an arrowhead, which adds to its unusual and striking appearance. This pointed mouth is likely an adaptation to its natural environment, helping it catch its prey in the cold waters it usually inhabits. Transparency in fish, like that seen in the ice fish, is an extraordinary adaptation. It's often a form of camouflage, making the fish nearly invisible to predators and prey in the water. Despite being out of water in this video, the ice fish retains its see-through appearance, allowing us to marvel at its unique physiology up close. This type of fish is a very interesting sight to see, and thanks to this video, we have the opportunity to dive in the diversity of the nature. Step into the quiet world of a field at night, observed through the watchful eye of a trail camera. The deer turns to face the camera directly, and what unfolds next is a captivating display. It begins to move its hind legs in an unusual manner, almost as if it's performing a dance. This peculiar behavior is fascinating, seeming as though the deer is aware of the camera's presence and has decided to put on a show, or perhaps it's engaging in a natural behavior that just happens to resemble a dance. This unexpected dance could be a spontaneous display of playfulness, or a rare behavior triggered by the deer's interaction with its environment, possibly even a response to the infrared light or the slight sound from the camera. I find this video very interesting, as it seems like the deer is aware that it is being filmed and decided to set up a show. Step into a moment filled with a mix of amusement and concern captured in this video, where we observe the often clumsy yet endearing world of a panda bear. Pandas, with their iconic black and white fur, are creatures that exude a sense of charm that's hard to resist, and this particular panda is no exception. However, instead of a graceful ascent, the panda finds itself in a precarious situation, dangling from a slender branch. This incident, while somewhat humorous, subtly underscores a more serious note. Pandas are known for their laid-back, almost lazy demeanor, which, combined with their specialized bamboo diet and low birth rate, contributes to their status as an endangered species. While it's easy to chuckle at the panda's misadventure, it's also a reminder of their vulnerability and the importance of ongoing conservation work to protect these unique animals. I think these animals are so fragile and need protection, as I think all of us still want them and their cuteness around. This video, captured by a kayaker, thrusts us into a startling scenario I know no one would want to be in. The kayaker, isolated in the vastness of the ocean, finds themselves in a heart-pounding situation. The water's surface, once a picture of calm, now betrays the movement of something immense lurking below. The suspense is palpable, as viewers can only imagine the size and nature of the creature causing such a disturbance. With my thalassophobia, I could never go into such deep waters with my kayak. But the video left me wondering, what could cause such a wave? An eerie setting becomes the backdrop for a chilling video that's bound to leave a lasting impression on anyone who dares to watch. The drone glides silently, its camera capturing the solemn tranquility of the cemetery below. Then, something unexpected and unsettling enters the frame. Beside one of the graves, a shadowy presence becomes apparent. It's not just any shadow. This one is unique. It appears as a translucent figure, a specter that moves with an otherworldly grace. This ghostly apparition doesn't seem bound by the laws of the physical world, and its presence in such a sacred and solemn place amplifies the eerie atmosphere. The sight of this shadowy figure, captured so clearly yet so mysteriously by the drone, sends me shivers down the spine. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery, a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. Ever heard the advice to climb to a high place if you encounter a bear? Well, this video might make you think twice. Recorded by villagers, the footage unfolds with a group of men standing on the roof of a house, looking visibly frightened. One of them is wielding a long piece of log, presumably to fend off an approaching threat. Suddenly, the cause of their fear enters the frame. A hefty bear. The bear, determined and unfazed, climbs on the wheat stacks and uses them as a makeshift ladder to reach the roof. Witnessing this, panic ensues, and everyone starts sprinting for their lives. The bear, seemingly irritated or agitated, picks a target and chases them off the roof. Despite the tense situation, some villagers appear to be smiling, suggesting they may have experience dealing with such bear encounters and knew how to handle the situation. I've found this image online, with the user claiming they have captured this on trail camera. It is no question what the first thought anyone would have. That is the face of the legendary Bigfoot. Its face fully covered in brown hair, a large nose, perhaps for a body just as big. On the other hand, its eyes seem to convey also a gentleness. Could this image be real or fake? Is it the real face of the legendary creature? A large and ominous-looking predator emerges from the right into the camera frame. Moving almost too quickly to focus on it, disappears in seconds from view. A chance encounter of a lifetime occurs when this person captures what appears to be a creature of legend known as the Almasty or Snowman of the Caucasus. This cousin to Bigfoot and the Yeti is believed to roam the Caucasian wilds. Approximately 6 feet tall with red or black fur, the creature is believed to have slanted eyes that glow red in the dark. In a strange bounding leaping gait, It proceeds to tear through the forest as if in pursuit of something we cannot see. The cameraman manages to capture a clear glimpse of it just before it disappears. These mysterious beasts can move at 37 miles per hour and resemble something between an ape and a Neanderthal. Watch as the creature almost jumps from one step to another. Had this unsuspecting voyeur been spotted, it would be unlikely that they'd manage to escape at the pace the creature is able to pursue its prey. A man films a live video of himself walking around a seemingly deserted ship deck at night. No sooner has he started filming when his eyes grow wide with surprise. He turns the phone camera to the water, and it takes a moment to realize that we aren't seeing something but hearing it. At first, it sounds like the wail of a child in the distance, but with every repeated sound, it becomes something far more abstract and eerie.
I hear him. Where's he at? What the fuck is that noise?
He breaks into a run, moving to the hull of the ship to get closer to the sound. This time, a distinct series of calls are heard coming from the darkness beyond. Something or someone throws its voice as if responding to him.
That's crazy.
Later, he posts a replay of his live video, calling out to the voice. A clear response is heard from the distance as he balances precariously to get as close to the sound as possible.
Can you hear me? Yo, that shit was instantaneous, bro. Oh, I gotta watch my step out here, man.
Listen to its distinct call, just a second before he calls out again to it.
Where are you? Oh, that's over here. Wait, no, now it's there.
The voice appears to be coming from two places at once. What is this strange call? There does not appear to be another boat in close proximity. Could it be a ghost from some long, forgotten shipwreck? Or the mythical mermaid, like sirens who lured sailors with their haunting song, only to have them drown when their boats capsized on the rocks? In this video, we're taken on a late-night drive through a forest, seen from the perspective of a passenger filming the journey. Everything changes when they have to slam on the brakes. Right there, in the middle of the road, is something you'd never expect. A strange figure that looks human, standing still, cloaked in black from head to toe. The driver tries everything to get it to move. He honks the horn, shouts, and even inches the car closer. But this cloaked figure just won't budge. It's like it doesn't even notice them. Finally, deciding enough is enough, the driver steps out of the car, determined to confront this mysterious roadblock. But here's where it gets really weird. When he reaches out and pulls the cloak away, there's nothing there. No person, no object, nothing that could explain how this cloak was standing upright in a perfectly human shape. It's as if they've encountered a ghost or some kind of invisible force. To me, this is seriously spooky stuff. How does a cloak stand in the middle of the road like it's wrapped around someone? But when you check, there's nothing there. In this fascinating video, a man is seen interacting with a freshly captured, still alive piranha. Holding the fish securely in his hand, he decides to test the famed cutting ability of its teeth. He takes a stick and inserts it into the piranha's mouth, curious to see if the small but notorious fish can indeed slice through it. Remarkably, each time the stick is placed in the mouth, the fish quickly cuts it, demonstrating the incredible strength and sharpness of its teeth. This experiment is repeated multiple times, consistently cutting through the stick effortlessly. It's a clear demonstration of the power packed into the jaws of such a small creature. Watching this, I'm struck by the sheer adaptability and specialized traits that evolution has bestowed upon creatures. If you've ever been in a house that is creepy after dark, and you are alone, you will understand what this young woman is going through. After a move to Ohio, she begins experiencing what can only be described as a kind of haunting or visitation by an unknown and deeply disturbing entity.
Puzzle I'm working on. Maybe when I'm done with it, I can send you this. Mom, I gotta go.
There are a few interesting things about what we've just watched. There is a general sense of unease emanating from the young woman before we even hear the loud thump. She keeps glancing in the direction of somewhere off camera, and she almost swallows her word when showing off her puzzle. She seems nervous right off the bat and is trying hard to keep upbeat for her mother. The next video provides clear evidence that while she might think she's alone in the house, she's not.
There's the oven. It's kind of whack, but I put the nice towel that you sent me. Thank you.
As we just saw, she resumes the conversation, trying to keep a facade that everything is okay. She has moved to another room, perhaps somewhere she feels safer. The old oven seems to suggest that the house is slightly older, which adds to the creepiness of what follows. The story escalated quickly, as does the young woman's composure. She is no longer trying to put on a brave face. She is distraught as the house is bathed in darkness. Terrified, she lets on that it's back, which suggests that this is not the first time something like this has happened.
I think it's back.
The terrifying climax appears at the end, with a shadowy figure only made visible by two glowing eyes. The story ends with the return of a thumping sound, which we now know is whatever that entity is, knocking on the front door. She pleads with it to no avail as it continues to stand and stare at her like a psychopath. Whether truth or fiction, it makes for a frightening scenario. Two men returning to what appears to be a deserted and isolated house at night. It is unclear if the home is theirs, possibly abandoned due to what follows, or merely a site of strange activity. Either way, their behavior is odd. Pulling up, one of them focuses his flashlight at the windows. Pay close attention, or you just might miss it.
Holy what? Go.
Most towns have one. Creepy, deserted old house that has given way to neglect. Perhaps the owners grew old and died. Perhaps something terrible happened there. This is one of those houses. Note the tall grass out front. The air of abandonment. And then, so quick you almost miss it. The figure of a small boy standing in the doorway. Why is he there? What nightmare unfolded behind those walls? Why is he trapped, unable to leave? The men seem to know that the house has a reputation. They do not get out of the car. Even when it is clear the figure is the height of a child, they do not stop to investigate. Instead, they speed off into the night, leaving us to wonder what really happened there. Watch again in the zoomed-in footage. Illinois. Zoomed in and surprisingly clear footage captures something utterly terrifying amongst the trees. At first sight it is barely detectable, but then a figure emerges. A hulking bipedal creature stands almost as tall as the trees in the snow-covered landscape. Spotted, it begins to move. Is this a hoax or further compelling evidence to suggest that Bigfoot really exists? The scale of the creature positioned amongst the trees and the confident manner it moves in this snowy wilderness suggests that this is its home. The overall shape of the creature and the almost conical head add to the case for this being real. On being discovered, it vanishes into the trees. Chilling at home alone shouldn't be this stressful. Watch what happens in this unsuspecting encounter that really is too close for comfort.
I'm home alone, right? But
a ghostly reflection of what looks like a woman with long dark hair or something pulled over its head appears alongside the poster of the video. Shot in a seemingly continuous point of view, the image is quite terrifying, but her response to the moment is anything but. Perhaps I'd be more convinced if she wasn't so calm to her invisible flatmate. Her demeanor does little to suggest shock or horror. Does the poster just have nerves of steel? Or is it a hoax born of some editing? You be the judge. We see a lot of poor footage of Bigfoot online, which makes the videos we're showing in this episode something of an exception. This one, although zoomed in, seems to capture the creature in fairly close proximity. Pay attention to the movement of this Bigfoot. It has a somewhat different gait to others we've seen. Could this relaxed stride be due to the fact that the creature is unaware that it has been discovered? Or is that the most epic Halloween costume? On Trail Terror, we feature a number of clips of animals in their natural habitat, particularly deer and elk during rutting season. These animals display a diverse number of vocalizations that serve to not only attract mates, but warn others of danger. A Texas police officer stops at a rest stop and records the following sound emanating from the woods beyond. Is initially noticeable is the sheer volume of the bellow. It feels almost otherworldly. Could this be the call of a really large stag or elk? Or as this police officer suggests, the cry of Bigfoot? This startling footage claims to capture the face of Bigfoot. The likeness to human features is incredibly disturbing, but the more you look at the sheer size of its head and the somewhat large gap between its round eyes, these features resemble something less human. Here, the creature seems relaxed and even curious as it glances in the direction of the camera. It knows it's being watched, but in turn it is watching. In other videos, Bigfoot hunters claim that these creatures often have one member who serves as a lookout to protect its family. We have showed earlier videos on this channel where similar close-ups of Bigfoot's face have been captured, but the picture quality has not been as clear. This face confirms the face captured in other sightings, supplying a compelling case for its existence. This mesmerizing and rare footage captures a close-up human encounter with a mountain lion. Watch as the poster and his family come across the calm cat on their walk. Fortunately, the kitty isn't in the mood to rip their faces off. In most eventualities, mountain lion attacks on humans are not that common. If they wanted to hunt us, they would. Having said that, never play submissive to a cougar if you wish to survive. The glorious creature remains relaxed and still as the humans admire her beauty.
Someone climbing up the wall. It's an iceman. It's a ghost. Jesus, what is that?
This somewhat poor quality footage captures a humanoid shape scaling the rock on a mountain without any kind of safety equipment or clothing for that matter. The creature shows remarkable pace and agility as it moves effortlessly further up the mountain face. Is this a nudist rock climber out getting his kicks? Or is it something more sinister? The creepy, almost ghostly white skin suggests it should be avoided. Two ghostly figures are captured in this footage taken at Yosemite. The weird creatures resemble a type of cryptid, but instead of the elongated body, they have no real torso. Mainly legs and a featureless head, where no eyes, nose, ears, or mouth are apparent. Note the one-dimensional nature of their shape and profile. The stilted walk that shifts to an almost ghost-like floating movement. The figures lurch down the hill in a bizarre fashion, twirling in a creepy dance before disappearing from the frame. Apart from location, there is not much more to go on. If you know what these are, let us know in the comments. In general, malls are seldom the first choice for a paranormal fright night. Those are relegated to creepy old houses or deserted museums. However, The Last of Us changed that with its utterly enchanting and terrifying mall scenes. As did this video, a night duty security guard in a deserted mall after hours has a seriously disturbing shift. It begins with sound disturbances that provide no explanation for what has caused them.
It's creepy, man. You're so freaking creepy.
Followed by a creepy encounter with a paranormal entity in the food court. Watch, she captures the impossible on camera before getting the hell out of there.
These freaking chairs just moved. What the Okay. I'm done.
Clearly, no salary is worth this kind of harassment. A peaceful night at home. A woman prepares for bed when her dog spots something or someone lurking in the shadows, just beyond the living room.
Get ready to go to bed myself. What the f*** is that? What? Oh, God! Fuck!
If their reaction and hers are anything to go by, this isn't a hoax. Watch closely as the apparition appears for mere seconds before vanishing again. We're bringing you some really clear and compelling Bigfoot sightings in this episode of Trail Terror. Watch as this unsuspecting person spots the bipedal creature with its characteristic reddish fur in close proximity. There is the briefest moment where the two face, the beast alerted to the camera person by their panicked shouting. Fortunately, the shy Bigfoot disappears into the forest, avoiding confrontation. A TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? On a clear day, a man happens to capture what looks like Bigfoot casually walking out through a small clearing of a forest and back into the woods. The creature's features may prove it to be Bigfoot, as it walks on twos and appears much more prominent than the average human height. Its arms extend downwards below the waistline and seem to have a thick coat of brown fur. The video quality isn't as clear and makes it hard to make out what the face looks like, but its tall, towering stature, long ape-like arms, and the appearance of thick fur could be an indication of the existence of the cryptid Bigfoot. In this captivating video, shot from within the depths of the woods, we're presented with a sight that is both extraordinary and mystifying. Hidden among the greenery of the trees and vegetation, the footage reveals the presence of small, skinny, humanoid figures. These creatures are depicted as naked but lack any defining sexual characteristics, adding to their enigmatic nature. The appearance of these beings raises immediate questions about their identity. Are they goblins, as suggested by their diminutive and slender forms, which seem to belong more to the realm of folklore and myth than our modern world. Or could the footage be the result of computer-generated imagery designed to create a convincing illusion of their existence? Having a companion dog with you when venturing into a forest for hiking can be crucial for your safety, and this video provides a compelling example of why. The footage, recorded by a hiker, shows a forest trail with a black figure standing on the other side. The figure seems to notice the hiker recording and begins to flee. The hiker's dog reacts by barking at the figure, causing it to retreat even faster.
Oh my God, no, Ziggy, no!
The creature is described as humanoid, with a strong built body covered in thick black fur, resembling a Bigfoot. The presence of the dog played a key role in deterring the creature and ensuring the hiker's safety. It prompts the consideration of what might have happened if the hiker didn't have a dog with them. The protective instincts of a canine companion can make a significant difference in encounters with wildlife, providing an added layer of security during outdoor adventures. This video is from a beach, showcasing the discovery of a peculiar siren-like creature washed up on the shore. The footage begins with a view of the beach scattered with washed-up wood branches. The camera then focuses on a dried-up, eerie-looking body. Upon closer inspection, the creature appears to resemble a mermaid with long feminine hair on its head. The lower half of the creature resembles that of a fish, while the upper body resembles a human. However, there's a possibility that this could be a fake or a prop deliberately placed there by someone. The suspicion arises because the creature's appearance suggests it might be a wooden model created for a specific effect. Regardless of its authenticity, the creature in the video does convey a creepy and unsettling vibe. This video was caught by a hunter who was bothered by these sounds. It is obviously an animal of some sort. Perhaps in distress or maybe giving warning sounds. This is one of the creepy noises you're ever likely to hear, particularly if you're alone somewhere remote at night. These sounds have caused a wave of speculation, as it has captured imagination of many wondering what it could be. Most have suggested this to be from maybe a moose or an elk. What do you think? Is it the mating call of a randy moose, a trapped bobcat, or something more sinister? Let us know your guesses in the comments below. This is a clip of a really unnerving scene. From far you might think your mind is playing tricks on you, until we zoom on the strange figure. It looks like a really tall humanoid shadow is holding onto the pole beside it. It is something unfamiliar and out of the ordinary, and I have never seen anything like it. Examining its physique, our attention is drawn to its elongated limbs and stretched out body. Could it be a person dressed in all black, possibly to cause speculation? A shadow of something tall causing a glitch in the camera, or an optical illusion created by certain lighting conditions, or in an eerie case, we could be in a presence of some sort of spirit. This video was recorded by a person who claimed the area to be infested by an anomaly, the Bigfoot. He was daring enough to take an adventure in the middle of the woods at night alone, and is met by something lurking in the dark. As he shines his flashlight into the forest, he sees the reflection of the eyes of a big animal relentlessly staring at him.
Okay, I need to figure out what this thing is before we go any further. There he is, right there. See him?
This sends chills down his spine. Just then, A towering pale shadow swiftly passes between the trees, going in the right side. We cannot understand what the figure is due to the darkness. Our attention immediately shifts from the uncanny presence to the queer sounds that rent the air. Well, I think this could be just a mere mountain lion, out in the night hunting for a snack. This camera caught a Bigfoot in 2015. Although the video is low quality, the details are pretty visible. The massive creature, covered in a rich coat of black hair, can be seen walking towards a certain point. It stops, and one can see it extending its really long arms towards the tree trunk. At the same moments, it starts to shake the tree with sheer strength. It is both awe-inspiring and terrifying at the same time. It leaves the tree and proceeds to another. What was the Bigfoot doing with the trees? Was it trying to take the tree down? Or it could be some sort of communication between Bigfoot entities? The local authority in this area had detected some movement on a private property and went on to check what it was, only to see this.
Hey! You're on private property!
He immediately stops when he sees a furry figure stalking amidst the bushes. This startles him. A form of light can be seen flickering in the bushes. Suddenly, the figure emerges from a thicket. It is enveloped by a dense covering of hair. Due to the low lighting in the footage, we cannot see its face, but what is visible is its short stature. As if agitated, this figure starts approaching the person recording, and this frightens him, and he turns to retreat in the other direction. I wonder what this thing could be. Supposedly a Bigfoot, or just a really creepy intruder. This security camera caught this very scary occurrence. At a certain checkpoint, a car can be seen approaching the security checkpoint. As it stops, something seems to be really strange. The car appears to have no driver at all, and the guard surely notices all these weirdness. He gets out to investigate what really could be going on. Suddenly, something on the roof of the car terrifies the daylights out of him, and he drops to the ground in panic as he scrambles away. Our attention shifts to the apparition on the car. It seems to be pretty real to me. Due to the darkness, I can't make out what this strange figure is, but it is surely scary from the guard's reaction. These two uncanny events truly perturb one. Where was the driver? And what's the creature on the roof? Could be witnessing a ghost driver. These two guys were out for a walk when they recognized something moving between the trees. As one of them continues recording, we can see a creature's head bobbling up and down as it walks.
Oh shit. Oh my God. What is that thing, man? I didn't know it was that fucking big. It's not coming up here, is it?
No, I don't even think it recognizes, man. Calm down, be quiet.
Shortly, it emerges. A black, enigmatic figure. It is really immense that the people recording exclaim with astonishment. It is not aware of the people watching it, and it casually strolls away from the huge steps it is taking. I think it's a really tall creature. This bipedal subject seems to be enveloped in a thick coat of fur. Do you see how it's walking while arms hang down its side? This depiction aligns with the general perception of the Bigfoot. This homeowner was in his roof repairing a faulty cable when he seemed to see something lurking in the shadows. When this footage is slowed, upon closer scrutiny, we can see an unknown figure that seems to be stalking. Then suddenly, it lunges back to its hiding place. The man surely spots it and immediately scurries away, not wanting to know what this frightening creature could be. This could be a raccoon or a small furry animal. The residents of this house had been receiving unexpected guests in their home. Their visits were now a nuisance, so he decided to film this encounter. We can see him closing the door, and after he goes back, the door opens, and what's shocking is that there is no one behind the door. His dog is aware of this weirdness and barks in confirmation that there might be an intruder. He closes the door one more time, and the same happens.
Little buddy.
But this time, an unearthly humanoid figure can be seen in the darkness down the flight of stairs when we zoom at the door. This is very scary, and as if it is not enough, the door closes itself, and when opens, the queer subject shapeshifts into a really enigmatic figure. This is spine-chilling. The quality of this video is impressive, and I don't think it's edited. The dogs in the house were going crazy. Were they seeing something paranormal unseen to the human eyes? But surely something very creepy could be roaming in this household. This hunter has been on the trail for Bigfoot, and he disclosed a footage that claims to be entailing on the Sasquatch. This is the grassland where he caught the infamous creature. As he records, within the tall grass, a brown-haired creature appears and seems to be walking bipedally towards the left. It has a huge frame and a towering height. This description perfectly fits the Bigfoot characteristics, but maybe it could be a lost orangutan roaming in the area, or a man in a costume performing a hoax just to cause a show. In the following footage, a remote control drone is taken out for a spin in Salt Fort State Park, Ohio. As the pilot takes it out on a test run practicing its hovering capabilities, he unintentionally captures footage of a large dark figure lurking amongst the trees. Pay attention to the left side of the screen. The footage is easily missed. It looks like a large black dot. But watch as the video is enhanced with a spotlight. The figure becomes unmistakably clear. The drone is eventually lowered to the ground, and the unsuspecting pilot comes to claim it was completely unaware that only a few feet away, this hulking creature is standing, more than likely aware of him, listening to him, watching him.
His spectator, he's not standing that far away. Not far enough for me.
What do you think? Is this footage authentic? A bright and warm summer day. This poster is enjoying time out in nature, but they are not the only ones soaking up the sunshine. Watch what becomes visible when they spot a shape in the distance. Zooming in with the full capacity of the phone camera, a familiar figure is recorded resting against a tree. Recognize the ape-like features, the color of its fur. Imagine its size if this video was filmed and zoomed in from some distance. Imagine you're hiking through the woods with your dog. Suddenly you become aware that you are not alone. Just beyond, in a clearing through the trees, you spot a large dark shape resting on a tree stump. In this footage, the poster appears to capture something large, black, and covered in fur. The quality of the video is poor, but a shape is visible, as are its movements for a fraction of a second. Beyond this, it's anyone's guess whether it's Bigfoot or a bear.
He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
All we have to go on is the conviction of the poster's claim and the rising fear in his voice as he calls out to his dog. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out. From unsettling footage of the last time a few teenagers were seen, to the heart-stopping sight of a human-sized bat hanging upside down in your neighborhood, and even footage of hybrid creatures. If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure. A friend duo went missing in Poland, and when the police investigated, they found their camera abandoned in a trash bin in a local park. What they found inside was truly bone-chilling. The video the police found was recorded by those friends, and it depicts a nighttime view of a park. One friend is filming the other goofing around when suddenly, a mysterious figure enters the frame. The friends notice the stranger, but brush it off, thinking it's just someone drunk or playing a prank. However, the appearance of the stalker is unsettling, with a hunched back and a rag covering their face. As the stalker approaches, resembling a drunken person, the friends continue to play around, unaware of the danger they're in. When they feel that it is getting a bit creepy, they attempt to flee, but the stalker relentlessly pursues them with their hunched posture. The stalker in the video may very well be the key to unraveling the mystery behind their disappearance. I mean, I have seen a few drunk people in my life, but this one seemed way creepier in his motivation to continue going after them. What do you think was going on in this clip? 23 million years ago, our oceans were home to terrifyingly massive creatures, including giant sharks, squid, and many other monsters. Nowadays, many believe these creatures to be extinct, but is that really the case? This video, captured in Hoven, Iceland, reveals a massive creature disrupting the water's surface. Waves ripple out from its movements, indicating its immense size. While some may speculate that it could be a whale or another large marine animal, the location suggests otherwise. Whales typically inhabit larger water bodies, not areas like this. Even if there's a chance they still exist, they wouldn't inhabit such small water bodies. They'd prefer the open ocean. So, the question remains, what could this creature be? This next video from TikTok had viewers scratching their heads in confusion, trying to make sense of what they were seeing.
That's a pig!
In the footage, recorded by a group of friends during a nighttime drive, they stumble upon a weird animal in the middle of the road. What makes this creature so confusing is its appearance, resembling a bizarre mix of a dog and a pig. The friends themselves are puzzled, unable to identify the strange hybrid. This creature has the body of a dog, but the face and feet resemble those of a pig. Its long dog-like ears contrast with its pig-like belly, creating a truly mixed-up appearance. The unsettling part, its face. The combination of dog and pig features is downright eerie, sending shivers down your spine. While some may speculate,
That's a pig!
that it's a result of genetic mutation, encountering such a creature in the dead of night is undeniably chilling. Ever witnessed a caterpillar train? Watch this. The video you just watched showcases an incredible sight. A procession of caterpillars moving in a perfectly synchronized line. Each caterpillar is linked to the one in front and behind, creating a mesmerizing train-like formation. It's truly a fascinating spectacle, but what's really happening here? Prepare to be amazed. This is actually the mating train of these caterpillars. Each caterpillar is attached to a female they're seeking to mate with, forming this orderly procession. Their destination? A pupation site where they'll bury themselves in the soil and undergo metamorphosis into cocoons. These trains can be astonishingly long, sometimes consisting of over 300 caterpillars. Witnessing phenomena like this reminds us of the countless mysteries nature holds, just waiting to be discovered. This next video may seem like a scene straight out of a science fiction movie, but brace yourself because it's the real deal. Hailing from Texas, this footage captures the awe-inspiring yet chilling sight of a powerful tornado's formation. As the clip begins, the sky looms ominously dark with swirling clouds hinting at the tornado's impending birth. Suddenly, in a matter of seconds, this swirl intensifies, and a tornado starts to take shape, reaching down towards the ground. In just 4 seconds, it transforms into a fully fledged tornado before the video abruptly ends. This rapid formation showcases the swift and unpredictable nature of tornadoes, leaving little time for people to seek safety in shelters. Authorities often issue advance warnings to help locals evacuate their homes in time. Despite the terror it evokes, the sheer power of nature displayed in this video is undeniably fascinating. A recent video captured on a beach in Victoria, Australia, showcases a creature that appears straight out of a science fiction film.
Those creepy little legs.
From its head to its tail, this creature is utterly bizarre. Its entire body length is covered in tiny little legs, which help it move along the sand. Its body has a strange, gooey appearance with an unusual texture. At first glance, it might resemble a snake, but upon closer inspection, it's clear that this creature is like nothing we've seen before. Its tail, with its strange orange hue, adds to the creature's otherworldly vibe. Even its tiny legs have a bluish tint to them. As it crawls, its movements create small waves in the sand, adding to the surreal scene. To me, this creature appears to be a distant cousin of eels or snakes, perhaps hailing from the mysterious depths of the ocean. But what do you think? It's certainly a fascinating sight to behold. This next video gives us a glimpse into every fisherman's fantasy. Recorded on a beach in Kerala, India, the video captures a truly remarkable sight. Thousands upon thousands of fish swarming out of the water onto the beach. Fishermen can be seen eagerly collecting these fish as they flood onto the shore, looking like a scene from a dream come true for them. They use bags to gather the abundant catch. But what exactly is happening here? It's not a miracle, but rather a natural phenomenon known as the sardine run. This incredible event involves the migration of millions of sardines from their usual cool, temperate habitat to the warmer subtropical waters of the Indian Ocean, along the east coast of South Africa. So, what you witness in the video is likely the result of these fish mistaking the beach for warmer waters and swarming towards it in a frenzy. It's a spectacular sight to witness and a reminder of the wildness of nature. You have seen stray dogs and cats roaming around the streets at night, but have you ever heard of encountering a stray lion on the streets? Well, it seems like it's not unheard of, especially in India. This video, filmed in Gujarat, India, captures a hair-raising moment as a biker comes face to face with a lion in the dead of night. Riding along a deserted road, the biker spots what he initially thinks is a dog approaching from the distance. But as he halts his bike, he realizes it's something far more intimidating: a lion. Instead of panicking and fleeing, the biker wisely chooses to stay on his bike as the lion casually approaches. Luckily, the lion doesn't seem hungry or aggressive. It simply leaps onto a nearby wall and saunters off into the darkness. Seizing the opportunity, the biker revs his engine and speeds away, bringing the tense encounter to an end. Encountering such a majestic yet formidable creature at such close quarters must have been quite an experience. In such situations, keeping calm and avoiding sudden movements is key to ensuring your safety. It might sound like a tale from ancient mythology, but a family in South India stumbled upon a remarkable sight in their backyard. A two-headed beast.
আমরা বিশ্বাসই করতাম না দর্শক সাপুড়ে বা বেদে সম্প্রদায়ের মুখে
While reptiles with two heads adjacent to each other have been documented in the wild, this creature boasts a head on each end of its body, seemingly taking turns to lead. Each head is equipped with its own pair of small hands, enabling the reptile to move swiftly and efficiently. Despite its unique anatomy, this two-headed marvel is neither venomous nor aggressive. According to the family who recorded the encounter, the creature primarily feeds on earthworms and measures between 4 to 5 inches in length. Remarkably, the two heads coordinate seamlessly, taking turns to control the body's movements. When one head takes the lead, the other follows suit, working in harmony to navigate its environment. Encountering such a rare and fascinating creature is truly a sight to behold, reminding us of the spectacular mutations a creature can have in our animal kingdom. A bizarre creature spotted in an Indonesian village has sent shivers down the spines of internet users, especially those with a fear of bugs. What you just witnessed isn't something from outer space, but rather a creature spotted in an Indonesian village. This bizarre insect has a moth-like upper body, but what really catches the eye are the 4 tufted tendrils sprouting from its abdomen. These tendrils, covered in hair, are surprisingly long. Many folks on social media were left utterly terrified after catching a glimpse of this otherworldly insect. One person even said he'd burn the house down if he saw this. But fear not, this moth isn't an extraterrestrial visitor. It's actually a known insect called Creatonotos gangis moth. Those unusual tentacles, they're scent organs used by the moth to produce pheromones, all in an effort to attract mates. Still, even with this explanation, some viewers are adamant. They don't want this creature coexisting with humans on planet Earth. If the moth gave you chills, brace yourself for this video. Recorded on a beach, this video showcases a truly strange octopus-starfish hybrid creature. What sets it apart is the thousands of tiny legs covering its underside. It's as if this creature uses these legs to navigate the sandy terrain. When the family who spotted it tried pouring water on it, the creature remained unresponsive, continuing to wiggle its tiny legs underneath. It appears to be injured or distressed, as it only moves its legs while the rest of its body remains still. Unlike regular starfish with 5 arms, this one boasts 10 tentacles, each equipped with its own set of tiny legs. As for its identity and behavior, it's still a mystery. It looks like those big octopus sea monsters from movies. If you have any insights, feel free to share them in the comments below. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Albinism is more common in humans than animals, but have you ever come across an albino turtle? In this video, what you're seeing isn't a toy. It's a real-life yellow turtle discovered in India. Farmer Basu Dev stumbled upon this little guy while working in the fields and decided to bring it home. He captured this footage for us to witness just how vibrant yellow this turtle is. Not only is its body yellow, but its shell is entirely yellow too, which is quite fascinating. When Basu Dev zooms in for a close-up, you can even see through the shell, revealing the turtle's bones. The yellow hue makes the shell appear transparent. Animal researchers and scientists attribute this coloration to albinism, which causes the turtle to lose its shell color, turning it entirely yellow. Despite its majestic appearance, this turtle will face challenges due to albinism, such as sensitivity to sunlight and light. So if you've seen this unique yellow turtle, don't go searching for a pink one for your girlfriend. Those don't exist. Imagine you wake up one morning, go for your usual jog, and see this in your neighborhood.
What the heck is this?
Uploaded on TikTok by user Linzavian, this video is like a scene straight out of a nightmare. It shows a human-sized bat hanging upside down in a window frame, swinging slightly. This creature looks absolutely terrifying, almost like a twisted hybrid of a human and a bat from the depths of hell. While there could be a logical explanation, such as it being a Halloween decoration, or someone playing a prank, it still sends shivers down the spine. The mere thought of these giant bats potentially lurking around, possibly sucking blood, is enough to terrify even the most brave ones. Let's just hope it's nothing more than a spooky prank, and not a glimpse into a terrifying reality. Life on land is pretty simple and straightforward, but underwater, that's a whole different story. In this video captured by a hiker, we're treated to a strange sight beneath the water's surface. As the camera dips below, we spot the body of a deer on the seabed, but there's something eerie about it. We quickly come to realize that the deer is in the mouth of a crocodile, silently sitting there with its slain prey. What makes this scene more creepy is how close this person is to the predator. Just a small step into that shallow water, and they might be the one in the croc's mouth. So, folks, be careful when you go out in the wild. When I first stumbled upon this video, I couldn't help but feel a rush of excitement, thinking that my childhood fantasy of encountering a real-life mermaid might finally be coming true. But as I pondered it further, a wave of genuine fear washed over me. The clip, hailing from Indonesia, showcases a group of rescuers gathered on the shore, surrounding a creature that resembles a fish. But there is something really strange about it. This creature has a really weird upper body, wrapped in cloth. Despite being swathed in fabric, the creature's tail moves, indicating signs of life. Judging by the reactions of the onlookers and the demeanor of the rescue team, it's evident that this is no ordinary fish. In fact, it seems to possess a humanoid upper body. Could it be possible that what they've stumbled upon is a real-life mermaid captured by Indonesian rescue guards? The creature's length is remarkable, easily spanning between 8 to 10 feet. However, the manner in which it's wrapped by the rescuers is undeniably eerie and leaves much to the imagination. Perhaps if they had provided us with a glimpse of the creature itself, we might have a better chance of comprehending the situation. Being stared at or feeling someone lurking can be an eerie and unsettling experience on its own. But when you're unsure whether the thing staring at you is real or not, it adds an extra layer of fear. In this video, an explorer makes a creepy discovery while hiking in the mountains. They come across a small opening, and inside, they find a face constructed from stones, seemingly staring back at them. What makes it even creepier is that the face appears to be smiling, and there is a whole dark vibe about that smile. Also, there's a strange transformation noted by some viewers. At the beginning of the video, the face might not have been smiling, but as the camera zooms in, it seems to smile directly at the camera. This experience is truly chilling, especially considering it's in a remote mountain area where it's unlikely someone created the face for tourist purposes. Trail cameras and Bigfoot sightings often go hand in hand, leaving us wondering whether these legendary creatures truly exist. In this trail cam footage, we can see a dark black figure lurking behind a tree, attempting to remain hidden from the trail camera's view. However, after some time, it approaches a bit close to the camera, allowing us to discern some of its features. The creature appears to be covered in a thick coat of black hair, and its overall shape resembles that of a classic Bigfoot. Moreover, since we can only see its upper body frame, it's evident that the creature is quite wide and towering in stature. So, what do you think this creature was? Was it merely a buffed-up gorilla or a genuine sighting of the mighty Bigfoot? While hiking in the forest, it's essential to be aware of potential animal predators to ensure your safety. However, what about trees? Can they host such things? In this video, captured by a hiker on a forest trail in Canada, we can see a figure that resembles a human standing on top of a tree in the distance. This figure appears to maintain its balance effortlessly, without the need for hand support. It moves around, and it has human-like features, including skinny arms, a head that resembles a human shape, and long hair. People who have viewed this video have suggested that it might be an experienced tree climber, possibly a local forest resident. Nevertheless, the ease with which this figure stands on the tree is both unsettling and remarkable. It raises questions about the potential presence of skilled climbers in the forest canopy and adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the wilderness. This video was posted on Facebook by a user named Aristo, who was convinced that he had captured Bigfoot on his camera. The video starts with the cameraman running and breathing heavily, as if he had spotted something in the woods and was either trying to capture it on camera or possibly even running from it. After a moment, the cameraman stops and focuses his camera on the distance, revealing a massive dark black creature that resembles an ape making its way through the bushes. This confirms that the cameraman was indeed chasing after this creature. As the cameraman moves a bit closer, he captures another glimpse of this creature, and this time we see it standing upright. Its posture is unlike that of a gorilla, more reminiscent of a human. It's also quite tall and has long arms. Nevertheless, I want to believe that it was indeed an ape or a gorilla. Otherwise, my fear whispers that it must be Bigfoot. This video takes us to the Philippines, where locals are gathered around a creature perched on a store roof during the night. As one of the locals shines a flashlight on the cryptid, we get a glimpse of its truly terrifying features. The creature has a human-like body and facial features, but the way it is hunched on the roof is incredibly eerie and sends shivers down one's spine. This menacing creature appears to be possibly lurking for something. What's particularly strange is that in the street beside the store, people are casually walking by as if they are unaware of the lurking cryptid's presence. Additionally, towards the end of the video, the locals recording it seem to be laughing. The laughter could be interpreted in different ways. It might suggest that this encounter is fake or a prank staged by them. When I say I'm scared of wind, I'm not referring to the pleasant breezes. I'm talking about something like this. In this video, we witness a ferocious wind wreaking havoc outside a facility in China. The intensity of the wind is so powerful that it lifts up boards and even trees. Its speed is remarkable, and the video reveals the presence of particles mixed with the wind, adding an extra layer of danger. Recorded by employees on a night duty shift, they wisely chose to stay inside the building while this fierce windstorm unfolded outside. This decision was crucial considering the potential risks of walking around in such hazardous wind conditions. The footage serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and sometimes strange nature of strong winds, highlighting the importance of staying sheltered and safe during such weather events. Security cameras are typically installed in homes to provide a sense of security and safety, reassuring us that we are protected. However, there are times when these cameras capture something that makes us feel quite the opposite, unsettled and unsafe. This picture was shared on Reddit's Creepy Captures subreddit by a user who recounted a strange incident. The user explained that it was midnight when their door security alarm went off. Naturally, they went to check who might be at the door, but to their surprise, there was no one there. Intrigued and concerned, they decided to review the camera footage, and that's when they came across this eerie figure. The figure in the image looks as though it's right out of a horror movie. It has a Slender Man-like face and an overall creepy appearance. Moreover, it seems to be holding something in its hand, adding to the mystery and unease surrounding it. Whatever this bizarre creature may be, one can only hope it never pays them a visit in person. This video isn't necessarily scary, but it does capture a rather unusual and puzzling encounter. In the video, a driver is recording a child who is running toward their car. What makes this situation peculiar is the child's running style and the way their head is tilted to the side. As the child approaches the car, the person inside asks if they are okay and inquires about the whereabouts of their mother.
Bro, what in the ever-loving shit am I looking at right now? Dude, this kid's coming up on me. Like, hey buddy, are you okay? You can't be out here. Where's your mommy? Hey buddy.
However, the child doesn't respond and simply gazes at the trees on the side of the road. The aspect that raises concerns is the absence of the child's parents. Leaving a child alone in the middle of the road like this is certainly not safe or responsible parenting. One can only hope that the child safely made their way back home, and it would be wise for the driver to report the situation to the relevant authorities to ensure the child's well-being. Driving on a deserted road can indeed be a creepy and eerie experience, and encountering something like a werewolf would be the stuff of nightmares for any driver. In this particular case, the driver was cruising along a quiet road when they suddenly slammed on their brakes after spotting something highly unusual at the roadside. This creature doesn't resemble any familiar species. While some might argue that it has a wolf-like appearance, a closer look reveals some very peculiar traits. Unlike regular wolves, this creature appears to be strolling about on its hind legs, which is quite unusual. Additionally, its arms seem skeletal and lacking flesh. Its ears might resemble those of a dog, but the combination of its arm structure and the way it walks on its hind legs gives it an eerie, almost monstrous quality. The big question here is, what could this creature possibly be? A man was peacefully sleeping when suddenly his ducks outside started making a ruckus as if they were under attack by some predator. In a hurry, he rushed outside with his camera, hoping to capture whatever was disturbing them. As he pointed his camera towards their shelter, everything seemed normal at first. However, if we rewind the video and slow it down, we can spot an eerie sight. A pair of eerie, lifeless glowing eyes lurking near the duck's house. These mysterious eyes quickly darted out of view when the camera turned their way. In the moment, the man recording the video didn't notice the unsettling eyes, but when he later reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Now, he's much more likely to believe his ducks when they start making a commotion again. In a video captured by a hiker during a trip through the Canadian forest, something initially appeared to be a lurking bear among the trees. However, as the hiker zoomed in for a closer look, it became clear that this was no bear. Strangely, this creature seemed to recognize the hiker, despite the hiker's attempts to remain hidden in some bushes. For some time, this mysterious creature simply stared blankly at the hiker, almost as if it was studying him. Eventually, it retreated back into the depths of the forest. What makes this encounter especially eerie is the uncertainty of its intention. Right from the beginning, this creature appeared massive, even though we never got a full view of its body. It was covered in thick orange-brown fur and bore a striking resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. Ghosts might not be aware of our modern security cameras and surveillance technology, often choosing to reveal themselves when they believe no one is watching. A peculiar encounter occurred in the kitchen of a restaurant after it had closed for the night. In this eerie incident, a trolley began to move on its own, sliding a short distance before items resting on it tumbled to the ground. It was a closed environment with no one present, eliminating the possibility of a breeze or wind causing the movement. While some might argue that the floor had a slight slope, causing the trolley's movement, it raises a curious question. Why were the other two trolleys nearby not affected in the same way? This inexplicable sight left those who witnessed it feeling both unsettled and bewildered. One can only imagine the unease restaurant workers might feel. This intriguing video originates from a trail camera placed within an Australian ironwood forest. Its primary purpose was to monitor the local fox population, but it ended up capturing something truly captivating. As the video begins, we're presented with a nighttime view of the forest. Suddenly, the sound of branches crunching under pressure becomes evident, indicating the presence of something moving. Then, a dark figure emerges, strolling through the woods. This figure stands impressively tall and massive, easily measuring around 8 to 9 feet in height. Its appearance is somewhat humanoid, marked by a hunched back and long, slender arms. The mystery of this creature's identity has sparked debates among viewers. Some speculate it could be the Australian version of Bigfoot, while others propose that it might be a chimpanzee or even a gorilla. What do you think this colossal being could be? Considering that we've only explored 5% of the ocean, it's intriguing to ponder what incredible and massive creatures might inhabit the remaining 95%. This video offers a glimpse of the ocean, and we can spot a large, enigmatic creature on the water surface. Right from the beginning, this creature appears remarkably large and possesses an unusual half-body that doesn't resemble any aquatic creature we're familiar with. As it swims further away, its enormous body displaces a significant amount of water, emphasizing its immense size. Additionally, in the video, we can see other fishermen working in the distance. It's quite unnerving to imagine them laboring in the vicinity of this mysterious river monster. Ever dream of seeing a real mermaid, just like in the movies? This video might bring back those childhood fantasies. It claims to show a mermaid swimming in the Great Barrier Reef. Back in 2011, deep divers were exploring the ocean depths, studying the amazing underwater creatures. While filming their journey, their head camera captured something strange. A fish that looked half human, half fish. It resembled what we typically picture as a mermaid. The video shows the creature twice, and both times it appears to be a mermaid. It's definitely a bizarre and fascinating sight, sparking questions about what lies beneath the ocean waves. However, there's always a chance this could be a hoax or clever editing. So, is it real? or is it fake? You decide. A group of paranormal investigators in South Africa were on a mission to explore a desolate area rumored to be haunted by locals. Armed with their equipment and a bit of doubt, they spent the night recording the area, searching for any evidence of the paranormal. Suddenly, in the dead of night, their investigation took a chilling turn. In the distance, on the deserted road, they spotted a figure. It stood motionless, shrouded in the darkness. This figure, vaguely resembling a young girl, was translucent, almost transparent, allowing the investigators to see straight through it. The desolate surroundings, with the forest looming on either side of the road, only amplified the unsettling atmosphere. After a moment of stunned silence, realizing the local legends might hold some truth after all, the investigators decided to cut their investigation short. They quickly packed their equipment and left the area, leaving the eerie figure standing alone on the deserted road. This encounter, unlike many of their past experiences, left the investigators shaken, forcing them to confront the possibility of the truly unknown. In this captivating video, we see the scene from the perspective of someone filming from a water coaster gliding through a canal. What's truly intriguing is the presence of a mysterious creature seen in the water right behind their boat. This creature seems to be following them, creating an element of suspense and wonder. The creature's movements, closely trailing the boat, suggest an intelligence or curiosity. Could it be some strange fish? I am not sure. For 1 second, I could have sworn I spotted an arm. The existence of Bigfoot has always piqued people's curiosity. Experts worldwide have examined the evidence that has been captured and witnessed. One such piece of evidence is a video in which a massive creature was recorded by a man as it roamed through the woods. In the video, the man recording remained at a considerable distance from the camera, making a concerted effort to stay hidden from the creature. The creature had a colossal body covered in shiny black fur. To some, it might resemble a person in a gorilla costume due to its gait. But many saw it as significant evidence of the mythical creature's existence. When the video was uploaded to YouTube, it garnered millions of views and caught the attention of experts. Nevertheless, they still could not definitively determine whether the video was a clever fake or an authentic encounter. Every day, the internet witnesses a barrage of uploaded videos claiming to capture extraordinary phenomena. Yet, only a few clips truly astonish viewers and make them ponder their authenticity. One such clip features a mysterious creature recorded on camera. Initially, it may appear to be a human due to the low video quality, making it difficult to discern what the entity is. However, as seconds pass, the creature approaches the trees and vigorously shakes them. This act surpasses the physical capabilities of any human. The way the creature shakes the trees left everyone who saw the clip in awe. Many asserted that it was genuine, and that the creature in the video was the infamous Sasquatch. Nonetheless, with no further sightings of the being for years, the clip was deemed a possible fake. The mystery endures to this day. As the video begins, we see a lush forest of emerald green trees. The man recording the video seems to be in a hurry and runs into a building while recording it all. Seconds pass, and a huge storm of wind hits the place. The man is inside, so he cannot capture the whole thing on camera, but he goes outside as the storm moves forward. What he sees there is enough to make a grown man cry. The greenery and the trees are all gone, and nothing but chaos remains. Sadly, this is the usual routine for many people living in different parts of the world. These storms can be deadly, destroying houses and ending lives. Imagine going on your daily walk after dinner, but you end up seeing something that has the capability of haunting you in your dreams. This is exactly what happened to this man. As he was on his way home, he saw something in the grass. Not believing his eyes at the first glance, he took his camera out and started looking at it closely. As the camera zooms in, we see glowing eyes and a small eerie figure. It takes a few moments before the camera focuses on the face. But just then, the thing disappears. Considering the circumstances and the place, there is a possibility that it might be just an insect, although it appears to be more than just an insect if you pay attention. A man has set up cameras near eagles' nests in a forest to monitor their activities and to research the birds' behaviors. However, this one camera of his recorded something he had never expected. As the video begins, we see weird shaking of trees on the left of the nest, and then seconds after, a black furry creature appears on the right side. It stays in the same spot for a few seconds, trying to do something we are not sure about. However, those moments were enough to see that the creature was huge and had a Bigfoot-like appearance and traits. Because a human does not look like that, and there is no way it was fake, as the camera was mounted so high, and no one would think of just randomly putting up a costume and going into the forest. For those who believe in the existence of Bigfoots, this clip provided a glimpse of what it could possibly look like. Nature is full of surprises, and by surprises, we never mean the good ones. Plan on going into a forest, and you will see how unpredictably dangerous nature can be. Take this clip for instance. Everything around the man looks peaceful and in its place. The view is mesmerizing and a heaven for nature lovers. However, as soon as the man drops the small wooden stick into the water, we see an alligator jumping out of it in a millisecond. How exactly was it there? And until when was it waiting for a human to just drop in so that it can have its dinner? This is exactly the way these ultimate deadly predators can so easily hunt down their prey. The man in this clip seems to be an experienced person, looking at the way he could see the beast down there. As the video begins, the viewers can see a man who is on a walk with his dog. It appeared to be sunset, as there is very little of the day left, and the night appears to be approaching. The clip seems quite normal at first, with the dog just excitedly walking, leading his owner through the woods. But after a few seconds have passed, the dog starts to act in a weird way. It stops, and then glares in one direction before moving the other way, and then looking at the same spot. As it gets the owner confused, he moves the camera towards the direction the dog was looking at, and a shadowy figure appears there. Not moving, the figure just stands there as if not bothering the man and his dog's existence. The dog, on the other hand, was just alert, cautious, and wasn't barking at all. The video was later uploaded on TikTok. However, no one could tell what the figure was, and the mystery remains. Recorded in Washington in 2011, this video was randomly captured by some children whose main purpose was actually to record themselves having a nice time hiking in the woods. But as they later watched the video, they saw that they had recorded someone else accidentally too. A huge creature with a body covered in black-colored hair was seen leaping around a little far away from the kids. The kids pretty much remained oblivious to its existence, and the creature did not seem interested in the little humans either. But considering the fact that the beast was captured totally by accident, there is very little possibility that the creature was not real and just fake. This clip leaves us all to ponder the existence of the not-so-mythical creature, also known as Bigfoot. This video might be recorded by a fixed camera, as it is not shaky at all. It begins at night where the only thing visible is the street lamp. Darkness has spread over, covering everything else, However, 1 second passes, and we see a ghostly figure appearing. The figure emerges from the dark and moves forward a bit. It is wearing a white overall, and the darkness makes it difficult to see its face or anything else. The only thing clear is the white cloth the figure is wearing. Posted anonymously, the video started a whole argument on the internet, with some people saying it was a little girl's ghost and others taking it to the witchcraft side. No matter which of the two it is, there is no denying that this sight is something that can scare a man to his core. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.